Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree session in which we cover all the relevant and important finance kind of affairs which are important from your exam perspective. Okay, so in today's session, I have brought for you the three major decisions or the actions that have been taken by the Reserve Bank of India recently only. So first of all, RBI has approved the AU Small Finance Bank acquisition or merger of the Fincare Small Finance Bank. So we will understand that what is this news article. Then there is the RBI that has organized the annual conference of the RBI ombudsman. So we will discuss about this, as well as the RBI has directed the IIFL finance to hold the gold lending. So what is this news article? We will discuss about this also. So all these news articles, they are important from your objective point of view from the RBI grade B, the NABARD grade A and SEBI grade A examination. So we will understand the basic idea of the news articles, as well as the small finance banks. They have been quite in news, so we will discuss about the small finance banks also, and I will provide you some important information regarding the small finance bank. Okay, so good morning everyone. Good morning Swaresh, Abhinav, Mrunal, Ankita, Vishwajit, Stuti and Game. So welcome to the session everyone. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep getting these videos, as well as join our Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, you will get the PDF of the session. Okay, so you will get the PDF of the session in the Telegram channel within 24 hours after the session. So now let's start with today's topic. The first topic is that the RBI has organized the annual conference of the RBI Ombudsman. So RBI Ombudsman, we have discussed the full report, the annual report of the RBI Ombudsman. RBI Ombudsman are the ombudsman that handles the complaints of the customers, that have not been handled by the banks or the NBFCs. So if the customers are going to the banks or the NBFCs or any of the regulated entities under the Reserve Bank of India, and they are not handling the request of the customer, then the customer can go to the RBI ombudsman taking the complaint of the customer. Okay, so we have discussed the complete report of the annual report on the integrated ombudsman scheme. So this is the scheme of the Reserve Bank of India, where the RBI ombudsman are handling the complaints of the customers, and this is the alternate grievance redressal mechanism under the Reserve Bank of India. So first, the customers have to go to the banks, NBFCs and other regulated entities. If they are not handling the request of the and the complaint of the customer, then the customer can go to the Reserve Bank of India Ombudsman. Now, the Reserve Bank of India has organized the annual conference of the RBI Ombudsman on 15th March 2024, and the theme, the most important thing to remember here is the theme of the conference. The theme of the conference was protecting the consumers, building robust system and procedures. Okay. The conference was attended by the managing directors, CEOs of the regulated entities from major banks, NBFCs, non-bank payment system participants, the NPCI, senior officials of the RBI, along with the RBI Ombudsman and the Deputy RBI Ombudsman that handle the complaint of the customers in the alternate grievance redressal mechanism. Okay. So you can understand that this conference was attended by the major players, as well as the Reserve Bank of India, a major head, the governor of the RBI, as well as the RBI Ombudsman also attending this conference. Now you can understand that the consumer education and protection of the consumers, this has become a hot topic in the recent time. The annual report of the Reserve Bank, annual report of the RBI Ombudsman has been released. In this, there are the developments that have been told that in the previous year, what is the development that has happened in the consumer education and protection, as well as there is also the annual conference of the RBI Ombudsman that has happened, in which the theme is protecting the consumers, building the robust system and procedures. So all of this, you can write down these points for your descriptive answer writing. If there is any question comes on the digital system and what the RBI or the government are doing to protect the consumers, so you can use these examples very well. So directly the theme can be asked in the objective part of the examination, or you can use this conference, the 2-3 points of this conference, that the annual conference was organized by RBI and the theme was this. You can use these points in your answer writing. Another important point is that the Shri M. Rajeshwar Rao and the Shri Swaminathan J, the Deputy Governors of the Reserve Bank, in their address to the conference, they have addressed and they highlighted that the Reserve Bank is taking multiple initiatives in the area of consumer protection and the redressal of the grievances of the consumers. They reiterated the importance of the consumer or the customer-centric approach in the designing of the products and grievance redressal mechanism at the regulated entities. So they have highlighted that the regulated entities should undertake more and more customer-centric approach in preparing their products, as well as the regulated entities have to keep their grievance redressal mechanism appropriate for the customers to redress their grievance. So for the customers to easily redress, like the bank should be addressing the grievances of the customers, okay, and there should be customer-centric approach that should be adopted. So this is the whole idea of this annual conference. So now moving forward with the second news article, that is regarding the action that has been taken against the IIFL Finance Limited under section 45L1B of the Reserve Bank of India Act. Okay, so simply the Reserve Bank of India has asked the company to cease and desist with immediate effect from sanctioning or disbursing the gold loans. Now the IIFL cannot disburse the new gold loans. The IIFL cannot assign or securitize or sell any of its gold loans to any other party. Now, what is the securitization of the gold loans? So, try to understand that securitization of loans means that you are converting these loans, or the bank or the NBFC is converting loan portfolio into the securities. So, that is the meaning of securitization of the loans, or securitizing the gold loans here, or the securitization of the loans. So securitization of the loans means a bank or the lender, let it be the NBFCs, such as the NBFC, converting its loan portfolio into securities such as the investment products or units and selling these units to the investors. So the loan portfolio is converted into the investment product, okay, through the securities. So this is the idea of securitization. So the IIFL Finance has been told to stop giving any new gold loans or assigning or securitizing or selling of its gold loans. It cannot do so now. So the company can, however, continue to service its existing gold loan portfolio, the loans that it has already given. So it can continuously take the interest on these loans, as well as it can take back the loans on the appropriate date as per the terms and condition of the gold loans. So it cannot give, the company cannot give any new loans, but it can service the previous loans that it has already given through usual collection and recovery processes. Now, why the RBI has taken such a major step to tell the IIFL Finance to completely stop its gold loan business? That is, it cannot give any further gold loans, or it cannot sell or securitize the gold loans now. Why is it so? So RBI has told that on inspection of the company was carried out, by the Reserve Bank of India with reference to its financial position as on March 31st, 2023. Now, certain material supervisory concerns were observed in the gold loan portfolio, especially of the company. And there are, like, the reasons have been told by the Reserve Bank of India, and when you will see the reasons, you will yourself want to ban this company kind of. Okay, so what has happened? That including serious deviation in the assaying and certifying of the purity. So there has been serious deviation in the certifying of the purity of the gold loan while taking the gold as the collateral, and the net weight. You can understand that when the gold was taken as collateral from the consumer. Now, let's say I am going to give my gold to the IIFL Finance, the company here. So I'm the consumer that is going to the company to put my gold as collateral, and I am taking 1 lakh rupees against this gold, and I am promising to return this gold after 1 month. After 1 month, or let's say after 1 year, I will return this gold with the interest rate. I will return the money 1 lakh with the interest rate, and the gold will be returned to me. But let's say after 1 year, I am not able to return the money with the interest rate, and the gold has been seized. Now, remember this, that the net weight of the gold at the time of sanction of the loan, that means the gold that I have given to the company and the gold that they are auctioning at the time of default, the weight of the both gold is different. So it has been seen that the net weight of the gold at the time of sanction of the gold at the time of sanction of the loan and at the time of auction upon default. So the gold weight has been different. So let's say I have provided the 1 kg of gold, but the gold that during the time of auction, the gold is only half kg left. So where is the other half kg? So this is the kind of thing that was happening, that the net weight of the gold at the time of sanction of the loan, at the time of sanction of the loan, the gold that the customer has given, the weight is different than at the time of auction upon default. There is the breach to the loan to value ratio. There is the breach that has happened to the loan to value ratio. So let's say loan to value ratio is 90%. That means if the collateral value, if the value of gold, if the value of the collateral is 1 lakh, 90,000 will be given as a loan. So that is 90%. That means if the collateral value is 1 lakh, or if the collateral value is 100 rupees, then the value of the loan will be 90 rupees. But the loan to value ratio has been breached. There is even higher loan that is given against the collateral value. So that is how that was happening by the IIFL finance. Next is significant disbursal and collection of loan amounts in cash. So usually the disbursal and the collection of the loan amount, it happens in the digital terms, like your account. In your account, the loan will be given, and through the account only the loan is collected. But here loan was disbursed and collected through the cash in excess of the statutory limit. So significant, like huge disbursals and the collection of the loan were happening in cash. Non-adherence to the standard auction process to be followed in the case of collateral has to be sold and the loan is not coming back, so the collateral has to be sold. For that there is a standard auction process that was not being followed. And lack of transparency in charges being levied to the customer accounts. Again and again, the RBI has said that you have to tell the whole charges that has to be levied from the customers, but this company was not doing so, was not being transparent in regards to the charges being levied. So these practices, apart from being the regulatory violations, also significantly and adversely impact the interest of the customers. So it is not only the regulatory violations that they have done, it also significantly and adversely impact the interest of the customers. Okay, any confusion in this? Any confusion in this? Give me a thumbs up if this is clear. This was the whole context of the news article, that why this action has been taken by the Reserve Bank of India against the company, and why it is so important, because there is a huge amount of regulatory violations that has been done by this company, and that's why there is the Reserve Bank of India that is taking the stringent measures. Okay, any confusion here? Third point, repeat. Okay, what is the third point? One second. Okay, significant disbursal and the collection of the loan. So when you get a loan, now you get the loan in your account. So you are getting the loan of 1 lakh rupees. It will not be given to you in cash. It will be given to you in your account. But here, significant disbursal and collection of loan amount was happening in cash that was far in excess to the legal limit or statutory limit set by the Reserve Bank of India, and so you can understand that in cash, the disbursal and collection should not happen, because then there is no proper record and the record can be forged. So that's why the disbursal and the collection is usually through the accounts. That's why if you are taking the loan from SBI, you have to first open an account in SBI, and in that account the money will be transferred. Okay. Yes, customer account means individual's account here. Okay. And the customer can be any entity also. Yes. So yes, significant disbursal in connection, the giving of the loan or the collecting of the loan was happening in cash that was in far excess to the limits set by the Reserve Bank of India. Now, what are the measures that have been taken by the RBI? So over the last few months, what the RBI was doing. So it's not like that's on 15th of March, RBI woke up and RBI said that now the company will not be able to give further loans. No, RBI was taking proper steps from the past few months. So on the last few months, the RBI has been engaging with the senior management and statutory auditors of the company on these deficiencies, that why these deficiencies have happened. Do you have any reason for this? If there is any technological gap is there. So, but no meaningful corrective action has been evident so far. So RBI in the past few months, it was in talk, it was engaging with the senior management and the statutory auditors of the company, but there was no corrective action that was seen by the Reserve Bank of India. So this has necessitated the imposition of the business restrictions on the company with immediate effect in the overall interest of the customers. So simply the idea is that if the company is not hearing nicely, so the restrictions have to be imposed. Okay, these supervisory restrictions will be reviewed. Now, what if the company actually understands the problem that the company is making and the company resolves these problems? So then what will happen? So the supervisory restrictions will be reviewed upon completion of a special audit to be instituted by the RBI. RBI will do a special audit that actually the company is on the right track or not. So the RBI will review. There will be a review that will happen of the supervisory restrictions upon completion of a special audit to be done by the Reserve Bank of India, and after rectification by the company of the special audit findings and the findings of the RBI inspection to the satisfaction of RBI, simply different audits will happen, and when that is satisfactory, then the supervisory restrictions will be reviewed and can be taken back. Okay, so the business restriction is without prejudice to any other regulatory or supervisory action that may be initiated by the RBI against the company. So simply the action that has been taken by the Reserve Bank of India is for the people, for the interest of the people, of the customers, as simple as that. Okay, so this was the second news article. Simply, if you want to understand in Hindi, that the IIFL, the restrictions have been imposed, restrictions किए गए हैं IIFL पे ताकि वो और further loan ना दे पाए, because there were many of the wrongdoings that was done by the IIFL. So IIFL has done, like, there were 4 reasons that were there due to which imposition of the restrictions have happened. Okay, so this is the reason and you can read it. Simply the IIFL now it will not be able to give the further loans. अब वो और loans नहीं दे पाएगा, फर्दर गोल्ड लोन्स नहीं दे पाएगा. जो उसने पुराने गोल्ड लोन्स दे रखे हैं वो वापस रिट्रीव कर सकता है, उस पर वो यूजुअल कलेक्शन कर सकता है, पर नई लोन्स नहीं दे पाएगा, उनको किसी और कंपनी को असाइन नहीं कर पाएगा, उन गोल्ड लोन्स को नए गोल्ड लोन्स नहीं दे पाएगा और पुराने गोल्ड लोन्स को सिक्योरिटाइज नहीं कर पाएगा. दैट इज द बेसिक ओवरऑल आइडिया ऑफ IIFL कि वो नए लोन्स नहीं दे पाएगा, गोल्ड लोन्स, ओनली द गोल्ड लोन्स. सो नए गोल्ड लोन्स नहीं दे पाएगा, पुराने गोल्ड लोन्स को इट विल नॉट बी एबल टू सिक्योरिटाइज और सेल, पुराने गोल्ड लोन्स को सिक्योरिटाइज या सेल नहीं कर पाएगा. ये IIFL पर रिस्ट्रिक्शन डाला गया है. क्यों डाला गया है? बिकॉज RBI हैज सीन कि बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही थी गोल्ड लोन की कैटेगरी में. ओके, व्हाई RBI's decision can't be challenged in court just like other agencies? Because the RBI is working under the RBI Act. This decision has been taken under the RBI Act. So IIFL, this is the basic idea of IIFL, that the IIFL will not be able to give the new gold loans, and the old gold loans, the IIFL will not be able to securitize or sell. That is the idea. Now coming to the next news article. First of all, the Reserve Bank of India has sanctioned the scheme of amalgamation of Fincare Small Finance Bank with the AU Small Finance Bank. So what has happened, that there is the amalgamation that has happened of the AU Small Finance Bank and the Fincare Small Finance Bank. So Fincare Small Finance Bank is the transferor here and the AU Small Finance Bank is the transferee here. What is the meaning of transferee? So transferee bank means a bank or other financial institution to which a bank seeks to transfer all or part of such bank rights. Simply the transferee bank, that is the AU Small Finance Bank, it is getting the rights of the Fincare Small Finance Bank. It is getting the branches of the Fincare Small Finance Bank. So transferee bank means a bank, or it is a bank here to which the other bank is transferring all of its bank's rights or benefits and the obligations. So Fincare Small Finance Bank has transferred all of its rights, its benefits and its obligations to the AU Small Finance Bank. So AU Small Finance Bank is the transferee bank and the Fincare is the transferor that has transferred the benefits, obligations and the rights to the AU Small Finance Bank. Okay. So the scheme has been sanctioned in exercise of the powers contained in subsection 4 of section 44A of the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Now you do not have to remember the sections or something here, but the basic idea to show you this is like Vikrant has said that why RBI decisions are not being challenged, because the RBI is taking the decisions with all the proofs, as well as the RBI has the rights under the act. Okay, so under the Banking Regulation Act, the RBI has the right. Under the Reserve Bank of India Act, RBI has the right. So whenever RBI is releasing any kind of norm or any kind of action has been released by the Reserve Bank of India, any decision has been released by the Reserve Bank of India, that is under the proper rules and regulations, under the proper act. Okay. The effective date of amalgamation shall be April 1, 2024. So all the branches of the Fincare Small Finance Bank will be transferred to the AU Small Finance Bank. So all the branches of Fincare Small Finance Bank Limited will function as the branches of the AU Small Finance Bank Limited with effect from April 1, 2024. Now, remember this, whenever a merger or acquisition is happening in our country, there is the permission of the Competition Commission of India that has to be taken, because this is the organization that looks after the whole of the country, that there is no monopoly that is being created or there is no oligopoly that is being created. Oligopoly means that only a few firms have the power in their hand. Okay, so if a oligopoly is created, that means only a few firms will have the power in their hands, and they will try to distort the market. They will try to increase the price to get more and more profits. So the more the firms are, the more the competition is, the better it is for the consumers, because the consumers will get the appropriate price. So the Competition Commission, whenever there is the amalgamation or acquisition or merger that has to happen, first the permission has to be taken from the Competition Commission of India that it is not leading to a monopoly or oligopoly being created. So that should happen. Okay. So the RBI's nod has come over a month after the Competition Commission of India approved the merger of the two banks. In a statement, the CCI has said that the proposed combination involved the merger of Fincare and AU, with AU being the merged entity. AU will be the final entity that will be named or that will be shown everywhere. The shareholders of Fincare will be allotted shares in the merged entity. So for sure, Fincare will get something post the proposed combination. So this is the whole news article. Here the AU and the Fincare have merged, and the AU is the final entity. It is the transferee bank. Now, as I told you that the small finance bank, I will give you the information regarding the small finance bank. So in our document, this is how we show the information. So the additional information, so the news article is here, and if you want to get the additional information, that is also provided in the document. So you can see that about the small finance bank, the small finance bank shall be registered as a public limited company under the Companies Act of 2013, and then they get the scheduled bank status once they commence their operation. So they get the scheduled bank status once they start their operation and found suitable as per the Reserve Bank of India Act of 1934. Okay, the objectives of small finance bank is that to reach to the unserved or the underserved areas. Eligible promoters, to the resident individuals or the professionals with 10 years of experience in banking and finance, they can be the promoters, they can be the establishers of the small finance bank. And companies and societies that are owned and controlled by residents will be eligible as promoters to set up small finance bank. So promoters are the one that set up the small finance bank. Now, another important thing is capital requirement. So minimum paid up capital requirement for the small finance bank is rupees 200 crores. Okay, earlier it was 100 crores, now it has become 200 crores. Minimum capital adequacy ratio, that is the CRAR for the small finance bank, is 15% of the risk weighted asset. Okay, so here you can see that till 2014, like in 2014 there was the previous guidelines that were released for the small finance bank. In 2019 these guidelines were updated and there were the changes that came. Okay, so the changes were that the licensing window will be open on tap, that is on the application based, as well as the minimum paid up capital will be increased from 100 crores to 200 crores for primary urban cooperative banks desirous of voluntary transition into the small finance bank. Initial requirement of net worth will be 100 crores, but after 5 years they have to increase their net worth to 200 crores. That within 5 years they have to increase their net worth to 200 crores. So the urban cooperative banks that want to convert to small finance banks, they need the initial requirement of the net worth as 100 crores, which will have to be increased to 200 crores within 5 years from the date of commencement of their business. Okay, so this is the whole news article that you can read. This is the whole picture that I have shown you, that what are the changes that have happened. I had also made a session on this. So these are the changes that had happened in the small finance bank. So this is the whole news article as well as the additional information that you can see. The net worth requirement or the paid up equity capital requirement for the small finance bank is 200 crores. Do not get confused between 100 and 200 crores. It has been changed in 2019 December. That the increase has happened. The small finance bank net worth was increased. Requirement was increased from 100 crores to 200 crores. So this is it for today. This is the first question. I hope you will be easily able to answer this question. Okay. And we have also discussed the financial literacy week of 2024. So that is also important. Okay. The theme of this also you should remember. Now the next question is this. Again, I hope you will be easily able to tell the answer of this question. Which of the following is not among the material supervisory concerns that have been seen in the IIFL Finance Limited? So that you have to tell me. Next is the third question. Again, a very easy question. The transferor and the transferee bank, that you have to tell that which is the transferee bank. So now there is a big announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the comprehensive guidebook for RBI, NABARD and SEBI, so that through a single guidebook you can get all the necessary information that you want to get. Most of your common queries can be answered through this single guidebook, and this is absolutely free of cost to save your time, to save your efforts. You can get the syllabus through this guidebook. The pattern through this guidebook is provided to you. Even the previous year questions are provided with this guidebook. You can go to the link in the description box below to get this guidebook. Okay, this is absolutely free of cost to save your time, to save your efforts. Now, coming to the students that have given the right answer of the previous session question. So it is Kingshuk, Dinesh, Shalini, Ayush. You can take the screenshot after the session or you can download the PDF from the Telegram channel. Okay. Or Nidhi, Vanshika, Vrishali, Imtiaz, user, Lippy, Glass, Bhanu, Ankit, Murli, Sorish, Aditya, Roy, Abhishek, Priya, Ankita, Archana, Sai, Officer, Abhay, Aspirant, Samriddhi, Riya, Bhavna, Anirudh. Okay, very hard to read. You can mention your name later on. I don't want to mess up your name. Okay. Nitya, Sheena, Kritika, Root, Nandini, Rahul, Harshdeep. I can't provide a specific date because the thing is that there are different news articles that I am taking from different sections now. So sometimes like providing a date will be misleading. So rather than that, focus on the month. So it is March 2024 that is going on, right? Focus on the month rather than date, okay? Next is Saurabh, Divya, Akash, Vandita. I try to explain in Hindi in middle, but usually when you are explaining in English, transferring to Hindi becomes a little typical. And if I explain half in Hindi, half in English, no one will be able to understand, especially the English speaking people that come to the session, they will have the difficulty. And you have to practice for your descriptive answer writing. You have to practice for your finance descriptive. So listening to the things in English, maybe it can be typical, but at least you are making the progress in answer writing. Okay, so listen in English, read in English, so that when you write in English, you become a little better. Okay, but still I will try. In middle, I try, but it becomes a little problematic sometimes. Vikas, Krishna, Fitness, Rishabh, Siddharth, Vishal, and Tamiz, Rushi, Shubham, Sagar, Shubham, and Urvashi, Titanium, Pani, Kulesh, Akulesh, Tanu, Das, Rajak, and Rupesh, Vijaya. So these are the students that have given the right answer of the previous session. I can see many new names also. So good to see that you people are able to understand the session and you are able to give the right answer of the session. Now give me the right answer of the session in the comment section below. Do give the right answer of the homework question in the comment section below. And if you have any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. So thank you very much for attending the session. I hope you enjoyed the session and you are most welcome everyone